Hey there, ladies and gents, girls and boys, how you doing? Danny Stewart here for BassJapanDirect.com with another naked sound review. Today I'm on this rather strange looking guitar. I wouldn't call this a bass really, although it is tuned a whole octave down from a regular guitar. It is basically a guitar that is masquerading as a bass. So it's really a bass for guitarists. That's what I would call this. I can't play the damn thing because A, it's got fan frets, which personally I just don't like. I never have done. I don't really, I don't really find them useful in any way. Personally, looks good, looks great, and it's it's clever and everything, and I can appreciate that. But yeah, not for me. I'm just a cranky old guy. Anyway, yeah. So I say it's a guitar masquerading as a bass. The reason I say that is because if you're a bass player, you're going to hate the string spacing because it's the same as a guitar. Articulating stuff is quite difficult. But it can cut some pretty alright sounds, I think, as a bass. I would say it does lack a little bit of the low-end fundamental. And I think that's basically down to size, body size and weight. It's made from a very light Asian, I think it's Asian mahogany or mango wood or something like that, which is quite porous and lightweight. So it has that kind of fluffiness to it, which is nice in a guitar, but I think maybe in a bass you want a little bit more definition, perhaps. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a grumpy old git. But yeah, right now I'm balanced. I had the volume right up, which if you do, it's the preamp's quite powerful. It's Ibanez own preamp. It's tuned quite nicely, and it's got the feature I like about the preamp is it's got its three-way mid switch, which gives you low mids, boost, and then high mids boost. So that's with the high mids boosted. It sounds quite mouthy. Yeah, it's distorting a little bit because it's quite powerful indeed. So the way the preamp's tuned is nice. I'm not going to disparage it. From that point of view, I think the tone set's great. There's a lot of possibility on it. And you've got passive mode too. Yeah, I find it. I've been playing this now for about an hour, just trying to get. I'm just managing to sort of articulate on it. Just about. It's taking a lot getting used to. That's because of the fan frets. and also because of the string spacing. Like, I play guitar, but a regular guitar has thinner strings, so this just feels very, very alien to me. It's okay on the upper strings, but on the lower strings, which really is what matters, it feels very strange. However, you know, I can imagine for a guitarist who wants to track bass parts, excellent, brilliant choice. Something that you can use in your own home studio for composition purposes, fantastic. But for a bass player, I don't think it's going to be something that you'd particularly want. It doesn't really cut it as a bass. Like, I've played the Ibanez basses are absolutely fantastic. Don't get me wrong, they're amazing for the money. But this is not a bass. This is a guitar. It's masquerading as bass. It doesn't really have the fundamentals that I would look for. Like, if we compare it with this Dragonfly over here, which is also a type of mahogany body, it's a lot more expensive, of course, it's different, but let's just get it to a scoop setting. It's just completely different. Yeah, I mean, night and day, night and day. Yeah, it's totally a completely different kettle of fish. Which is what I expected, you know. I wasn't expecting it to sound like a bass. Because having worked with basses for so many years now, I know that a small body like this is just not gonna get the fundamental. And then you add thinner strings, and you add the fact that the wood is very porous. It just doesn't have the same focus for me. But yeah, that's all I have to say about it. It's not for me. I wouldn't buy one of these myself. However, if you do want one, you can request on my Bass Hunter service as a procurement. This is a brand new model. It's just come out. They literally were just shilling it at NAMM just a couple of weeks back. Yeah, I mean, I think it does as advertised. It's a bass for guitarists. That's what it is, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Personally, as a bass player, bass being my primary instrument, I don't really see the point. I think you might as well just learn to play a real bass. Even if you're a guitarist, you know, it's not that much different. You can get the notes for your bass line on a real bass, and you can get a better sound. You know. So, however, advantages, you know, if you're traveling a lot, it's very lightweight. It's a short scale, so it's easy to carry around. If you have access or mobility issues with your hands, maybe this makes things a lot easier for you. You know, I know several people who have problems with like carpal tunnel syndrome or some kind of condition, which means they can't move their fingers in large stretches like you would on a normal bass. So a medium scale or a short scale is something that they prefer. But you know, then for me, the other thing is just the tone wood and the string spacing. So yeah, it's just not for me personally. Let's just check out the rear pickup tone. acceptable. It's, you know, front pickup, if you want to rock out. Tone switch, of course, applies again. Yeah, the spacing is just really weird. It's very, very hard to articulate for me. I'm a bass player, not a guitarist primarily. So yeah, that's my verdict. I think I almost prefer that's passive tone, front pickup. That's passive. It doesn't have a master tone for passive mode. It's just it's active or passive. Passive is just what you hear is what you get. Active. Yeah, that's overloading. So the preamp is quite aggressive. It's voiced quite aggressively. When you go to notch and you go from active to passive, there's maybe it's not much of a boost, maybe a couple of decibels. So, but it's not tuned flat like the Dragonfly over here. They tune theirs completely flat, so there's no difference at notch to passive. And this also has cut and boost like the Dragonfly does too, but it doesn't have a true passive mode in that it doesn't have a passive tone. However, I mean, I think for the money, really, it's not. It's not bad at all. I wouldn't say it's brilliant, but that's because it just doesn't have any use for me. So, you know, I'm just going to say it's well made for the money. It's very good quality. The finish, fretwork and stuff is perfectly acceptable. It's very good. It's made in Indonesia. The circuitry is very versatile. I think, you know, you certainly get good value for money. But my closing statement is it's a bass for guitarists. It is not for bass players. Okay, that's all I have to say about it. So I hope you found that useful, and if you are interested in either of these 6 strings, I can get these in on my procurement service, and that Dragonfly is currently available. It's a lot more money than this, but I think you could hear why. You know, it's just it is just a superior instrument. That's it, hands down. It's a superior instrument. However, I would say, you know, given that this is about a third of the price or even a quarter of the price, what would you expect? It should be a superior instrument, that's for sure. The sound gear is very, very good for the money. It's very, very good for the money. So don't get me wrong. I'm not dissing it. It just is not for me. Alright guys, that'll do it. I'll see you again for another Naked Sound review at some point soon. And cheers again for watching. And thanks to my customer for hiring my services to get this in. Again, if you also would like to obtain one of these, do get in touch. I mean, they're all over the place right now. I mean, you know, you can get them from Sweetwater, you can get them from everywhere, you know, because they're mass produced, and they're basically cost performance instruments. But yeah, if you want to come through me, there are various things that I could do to help you with shipping, etc. Blah blah blah. You know, so do get in touch at the link below. All right, cheers again, guys.